Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Elodie Jones and I wanted to welcome you to AEP800 VD, which means virtual, and the D section. So welcome to the class. I wanted to take just a few minutes to say hello and just give you a little bit of background. Again, my name is Elodie. I go by Elodie or Dr. Jones, whichever you prefer. I have no preference. I will be the one instructing / facilitating this course for the next 8 weeks. It is a quick 8 weeks with 20 modules, in which some of those modules are actually modules in which you, give your peers feedback, and they're called Oreo cookie reviews, and that's just sandwiching in comments for your peers to improve their work. So over the next course of the 8 weeks, we will go through a variety of modules that talk about how to integrate technology into your classroom. We'll take a look at different types of modules as well as different topics that I think are relevant within today's world when we are talking about education and delivery of technology in education, and then just some overall content with regard to where technology is and where we believe it's going. One of the things I ask that you do is that you support your work with research. And research isn't just looking for an article. The first few that pop up when you find a Google search, it's actually looking at peer-reviewed or quality or credible journals and also articles. So I'll actually put up a guide for you with regard to finding some stuff at Forsyth Library, but one of the best things that I find is using Google Scholar is very helpful, the Forsyth Library, as well as using credible education-based sites. So one of those would be Education Week, one of those could be Edutopia. Those types of education-based sites can be very helpful when you're looking for quality content that's generally grounded in research and has some credibility to what they're lending to the field of education. So that's the first thing I would tell you is be sure you're linking what you say and what you believe to some basis of research or knowledge base. It could even be theories in education as to how people learn, for instance. The next thing I would tell you is make sure you're integrating the ISTE standards. So the ISTE standards are those international standards for technology, and there's a variety of standards. Some of those standards are for students, some of those standards are for teachers or educators, and some of those are for coaches. And when I say coaches, we're not talking about a coach with a whistle, but we're talking about a technology coach. And I would just urge you to know what each one of those areas is, and you can use them and integrate them how you see fit. So if you're talking about students, then you're looking more towards those student-based outcomes or standards. And if you're talking more about your job as an educator and what you do in the classroom, then you can use educator in a general sense, but there's specific ones for teachers. That would be PK-12 teachers in the field. And then lastly, there's one for coaches. So if you're in the role of a tech coach or working in a large company and developing and designing content, that would be a tech coach. So those are areas that I would like you to integrate and to tie your readings and your thought and your responses to the standards. And lastly, one of the things I will point out is the value and the importance of using APA styling. This is a master's level program, and I do expect for you to use the American Psychological Association formatting for your styling when you do submit your work. And so when you do start a Google Doc, it will be odd at first because I know it's new to you, but I would urge you to use the 2 tools that I have given you. One of them is the Purdue OWL, and the Purdue OWL is a site that has all kinds of references for MLA, APA, etc. So I've given you a link to their sample document, and then I've also created a document that is formatted like your document should be, but then it's all about the process of formatting an APA. And I really value this. I find it to be important, and it's going to be important as you go through the program because there'll be other classes that have that same level of expectation. And I know reflectively students, they kind of grumble at first that it is an expectation, but I know when you complete this program, it's something you value. And I think that it's definitely worth knowing because there's a lot of other constructs that go in with APA styling, like the value of citing and giving reference to those people when you borrow their work. So those are some things I'd like to start out with. Just a little bit about myself. I've been at Fort Hays. This is starting my 6th year. I've been in teacher education and I'm now in advanced education. So I've kind of split my time, 3 in teacher ed and 3 in advanced. My master's and Ph.D. are focusing on those areas of curriculum and instruction, but moreover instructional technology. I'm a Fort Hays grad, not a lifelong Kansas resident, but almost. I have 2 children, and I just keep super busy with them, and I just love my job at Fort Hays. So you're at the right place where there's lots of people that care about you and want to see you succeed. So I welcome you to this class. If you have any questions, email me, but moreover, I would urge you to post them on that community. There's no silly questions. Everybody's in the midst of learning, and when you ask those questions on the community, it starts creating a very safe and trusting space because other people are going to have those same questions, and so it's completely fine not to know, to just be misguided. It's completely fine, and so please know that you can use that discussion board as a place to ask questions. Tag me in the question by using the plus sign and then typing my name, and then other people will see that, and then they can learn from your question as well. So again, I just want to welcome you to AEP 800, and I hope that you have a wonderful 8 weeks. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.